morning. It's very early. I'm very tired. Amy and I stayed up till 2 o'clock last night, hanging out. Today's a little bit different. You'll see I have a collar and buttons. Got a job to go to today, a video shoot for a client. Just need to get my equipment and gear ready and get the kids to school and then head out to Harrisburg. I'm pretty confident about this type of video shoot. It's mainly interview style, which I've done hundreds and hundreds of times. The trick for me is just to look like I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. The client wants someone who looks professional, acts professional. It doesn't seem like they stayed up till 2 in the morning last night. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Almost ready to go, waiting for the interview subject to be prepped.
Not just, it's a big deal. Should I mention that?
I'm a principal and financial advisor with...
All right, this job is complete. Well, minus the editing. I have to actually edit the video. Again, I think my job is to just be the professional. I know what I'm doing. I know how to operate the camera. I've been doing this for a very long time. But my role is really to keep people calm down. We have people on camera that aren't used to being on camera. And this person in particular, I could tell, was starting to freak. And my job is to help them relax as best I can. I can't really control their minds. Kind of give them a little guidance on how to behave on camera. And then just make sure my client's happy with my work. But what's funny is I think everybody in that room is worried and thinking, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not qualified. I wasn't able to secure a really fancy lens for this shoot. So I'm thinking they're gonna look at the lens and they're gonna know it's not the fancy L series. And if you're a photographer, you know what I'm talking about, the L series. It wasn't an L series. But I really don't think anybody's worrying about those things. And in the end, it's what you do with the tools. It's not the tools you bring to the set. Do I wish I could bring all the fancy equipment every single time? Yeah, of course. I think it helps. It helps you be the professional when you look the part. And that's what really frustrates me a lot, is not looking the part when I show up. Because the work's the easy part. Looking the part is the hard part sometimes. Alright, sometimes after a video shoot, I like to reward myself with a little health food.
Thank you for choosing Lamine McDonald's. How may I help you?
Hi, could I get 2 plain hamburgers with mayonnaise and ketchup only?
$189, thank you.
Thank you.
2 hamburgers?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Thanks. Super Bowl was fun to watch. I enjoy watching football with the kids. It's a bit of a challenge when you've got 6 kids all asking questions about the rules and then a 7th kid splashing salsa and water all over the table. But still good. I got to watch the second half solo so I could focus more on the game itself. But what I struggle with, like, is just the commercials. The kids don't really watch any TV at all, so they don't see any commercials, like traditional TV commercials ever. And one of the kids in particular, I think, is really sensitive to, I don't know, I guess pop culture, advertising, and I don't know how to explain it. I was really resistant to them watching the commercials at all. I wanted to watch them. I feel like I'm mature enough to handle. Most of them were pretty decent. There were some that were really pushing it for little kids. In the end, I did let them watch the commercials, and of course they liked them. I guess that's how puritanical I can be. I don't let the kids watch the commercials. What a terrible life. Let's get you buckled, oh yes I do. And I'm a baby, I'm blue. Does your hat? Okay, Promi is coming with me. I'm picking up the kids. Ah! That alarm means I'm about to crash into something. I want to talk a little bit more about today's job. While it was a pretty low-key event, and it's something that I've done many times, I still very carefully prepare the equipment to do the best I can to ensure that everything on my end will go according to plan. During a video shoot, there's a lot of equipment and gear that all have to work together and all have to be in place. The tripod's got to be there, the tripod head, the camera body, the lenses, microphones, earphones, light stands, lights themselves, the lighting umbrellas, the scripts, thumb drives, phones, locations, phone numbers, memory cards, batteries, backup batteries, chargers. And so the day before, I go through my equipment list and double check everything is in good order. The reason for this is, let's see, back, it might have been 15 years ago that I was shooting weddings semi-professionally. This is kind of during college and right out of college. And I was at the wedding. I filmed the wedding rehearsal. It was great. It was on a boat down a river. And the actual wedding itself was one of the best I've ever been to. Horse and carriage on a plantation, chocolate fountains. Everything was great. I remember just walking through the seating area. It was outdoor. Just walking through the grass, the seating area, and thinking, this is going to be my best wedding yet. And I was super confident and feeling great. And this was back when I was using videotapes. Because each tape might have like 30 minutes of footage on it from the rehearsal. And so I'd reuse the tapes for, later events. I didn't want to waste a lot of tapes. I didn't have a lot of money to spend on tapes. So I'd store them all inside the building. In a cool spot. Kind of tucked away from everybody. But I went inside the building to swap out tapes. And my bag of tapes was gone. It was completely gone. My assistant didn't know where they were. I asked around, has anybody seen a bag of tapes? And it's a very specific thing. It's not something you'd pick up and take. And I looked everywhere. I thought, well, maybe I took it back to my car. And it was just gone. It couldn't be found. I made the mistake of telling the mother of the bride, like, I can't find my tape bag. Have you seen it? You don't want to say anything is going wrong to the mother of the bride. She panicked, and they ended up having to go through the trash of the wedding to look for my bags. It was extremely embarrassing, very unprofessional, and we never found the tapes. Thankfully, we only lost the rehearsal, which was super important and super great, and on a boat, but we lost it. But we still had the wedding. But from that day on, I always made sure I knew where my equipment was, everything was in order. I don't leave things sitting around without being completely aware of what's going on. Most importantly, when I walk into a job, I try to stay super humble. I'm never walking, if I ever have the feeling of like confidence, this is in the bag, everything's going to be perfect, I immediately step back and reevaluate. Metaphorically, where's my camera bag? I make sure everything's in order again, because when I'm feeling that sensation that everything is perfect, I'm the best, let's step back and double check that you haven't lost. To this day, it still bothers me. Where did the bag go? It was there. I know, I've been using it the whole wedding day. I went back in the building, and it was gone. Who would take a bag full of tapes? It was literally like 10 mini DV tapes. Maybe when I get to heaven, that'll be the first thing I ask God is, where's the tapes? Where's the tapes? And the answer will probably be something like, you left them behind the tree, right by the ceremony. It was there the whole time. You just had to look behind the tree. And I'll be like, oh, oops. Amy took Lauren and Evie on a special little trip. I've got the other 5 kids, and we are about to make some mac and cheese. Alright, I've got 3 boxes. So all I gotta do is multiply all the ingredients by, you guessed it, 3. 18 cups of water. Bring water to a rolling boil.
I need it.
Stir in pasta. Stir occasionally. Okay, dump.